Hey guys, DJ Bricks here, back for another review. And before we get into today's video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like what you see here. Star Wars content, I always upload every Wednesday. So if you like what you see here, please subscribe, ring that bell. YouTube right now is showing me a substantial amount of people who watch my content aren't actually subscribed, so it would really help the channel if you subscribe there. But getting into today's set, we have a Lego Star Wars 2021 Microfighter set. It is set number 75295. It is recommended for ages 6 and up, has 101 pieces, retails in the United States for $10. And it is we are at Series 8 of the Microfighter line. This is pretty much the third iteration of the Falcon we've gotten in these 8 series here so far. But let's get into the set, deconstructed, see how it stacks up, starting as always with a minifigure. So the only figure in this set, we get Han Solo. Kind of expected. It's Microfighter of his Millennium Falcon. Who else are you going to get? It's not a new figure either. It's a figure we've been getting since, well, this figure in particular since 2016, this configuration, but that torso we've been getting since 2013, the leg since 2014, the face since 2014, and the hair, awesome hairpiece we've been getting since 2016. There's the back torso print if you haven't seen it. A leg print there if you haven't seen that. He does come with his trusty pistol there, and this face does have, this head does have an alternate face, and there that is if you haven't seen it. But again, this is not a Han Solo that we haven't seen a few times before, but that does it for the minifigure of the set. At the main build of the set, of course, it is a Microfighter, so it is meant to invoke a vehicle in a smaller scale that have chibi kind of design. They've done a couple of Millennium Falcons in the past. The differences here are both minor and pretty substantial at the same time. One thing I like here is all the pieces here used for greebling to give texture to the side of the Falcon, and that piece is ingeniously used. Studs on the side. Rather than use a bunch of trans blue cylinders here, they actually just clip these in, and you can see kind of the interior of that. But I do think that helps make it look a little bit nicer. Underside here, you can see it's just the same general shape. You got round inverted tiles, so if you want to set it down, it'll stay nicely. Going around to the actual cockpit where Han can sit, you do have astromech droid with a printed piece right there, and it is nice. You could have had a print on the top of this dome to represent the front of the cockpit. That is a little missed opportunity there. But looking at the top of this, you have some black tiles here representing the exhaust ports very nicely. You have the radar dish here attached with a tap piece and to a small dish piece, and you have headlight bricks there, and then right here you have a couple of stud shooters there making up the cannons for it to shoot off, and you can either shoot off 1 or 2 at a time if you so choose. But you do get a couple extra shots, as always, with these stud shooters there. I will note that there is some red peeking through there. That actually is intentional. It's just trying to give more color to the Falcon here. But for the actual seat, before I forget about it, it's one of those half studded tiles there, where you can just easily sit Han in here, and he looks rather nice in there. I mean, he's not really sat down too deep, but at the scale this is at, it's meant to be chibi. It's just meant to be a little vehicle here that you can play with. It's got actually a good grip. How this is designed here, you can actually hold it in one hand, play with it. I really like how they did that. You have a nice where you can get your thumb on the stud shooters there, so kids can have a lot of fun with that. But that does it for looking at the actual build of the set. Let's move on to the box extra pieces, and then I'll meet you back up for my final verdict of the set here. Looking at the extra pieces for the Millennium Falcon Microfighter, you do have 2 extra studs that, as I mentioned, are designated as extra ammo. In case you lose it, you do get an extra tan stamp piece, extra tap, extra trigger for the stud shooter, a couple extra studs in different colors, a couple slopes in different colors, but that does it for the extra pieces. So looking at the instructions, very small, very basic. You do have the now standard product box art that's on the front of the instructions, along with the QR code in case you want to use the app as it shows there to build it. And then the set itself actually has 38 steps of building, not a complex build at all. And then you have on this page you have a cross out for the entire winter 2021 line, along with those 3 other sets that are not coming out till March. And then on this page you do have all the minifigures in their respective sets, but again, these 3 are not coming out till March there. And then you have a little advertisement for the Skywalker saga that's supposed to come out sometime this year. And then on these 2 pages you just have the parts inventory, and then on the back you do have the clockwork robot for the product feedback win thing. But that does it for the instructions. Looking at the box, it's that standard $10 and less box size. It has the exact same styles as the Star Wars sets that we've been getting since 2019, but modified for the Microfighters line. You got the Lego Star Wars logo up there, set specs on the side, a nice product shot of the set, and then at the bottom here we do have the Microfighters logo along with the series number. Top of the box you have Han Solo there sporting the actual size reference, and then the back of the box you just have a couple product shots of the features of the set, along with a little thing down here showing all the sets within the Series 8 for 2021 that you can collect, all 2 of them. But that does it for the box. Going over my final thoughts for the set. It's a standard, pretty standard Microfighter. We, again, like I say in the intro here, we have gotten this exact vehicle twice before, once for the sequel trilogy, once for the original trilogy, but that first original trilogy one was introduced at the first series at the start of this particular line, and considering how Lego has improved the Microfighters line since then, they really stepped up and made this well exceed expectations for me. They did a remarkable job with just the shaping. For such a small build, they use some interesting techniques interior-wise to get some of that built there, especially the back engines. With the Microfighter line, one of my big look fors is does it look like the vehicle it's trying to represent at a GB scale? And for that, yes, it does. It absolutely looks like the Millennium Falcon shrunk down. I think LEGO did a really good job at nailing that. Minifigure wise, it's original trilogy Microfighter of the Millennium Falcon. It comes with Han Solo. Who else could have possibly come with aside from Chewie or Lando? Han's a good choice. He doesn't come in that many cheap sets, so it is a really good inclusion, even though that figure is not, for lack of a better word, exclusive to the set. I think having him at a cheap set on the market right now, really good. Quality wise, only real issue I had is with Han's torso there, but it is a recurring issue for him along the lines of Batman's head, where it's just LEGO can't seem to print light colors onto a predominantly dark colored torso such as black there, so it's going to be an issue for Han. And you can see on the box that it's meant to be like a brighter tan and a brighter skin tone, but that's still not... LEGO can do better, I feel, with that. Getting into the price of this thing, $10 for this. It's meant to be like a small impulse buy type of thing where for kids, really well worth it. Can't go wrong with Millennium Falcon there for Star Wars if they're a big Star Wars fan. Always good to have a Millennium Falcon on the market for kids there with Han Solo. And for the adult side, the more collector side, it's good if you're a Star Wars fan. If you want to build it, put it on a desk, put it on a shelf. It's a good collector's piece just have there, just to draw attention to. So in both cases, I would say this is absolutely worth full price in both cases. So all that being said, the set gets a solid 9 out of 10 for me based off of how I categorize microfighters and what I look for. So 9 out of 10 for me. That does it for this review. And comment below, let me know what you think of the set yourself. I always look forward to having a discussion with you guys in the comments. And that does it for this review, and I will see you in the next one. Until next time, keep building and keep stacking.